Okay, this is a review on the Apple Watch, which I have now owned for a couple of months. Just have a watch through, and you will see how, the opening and how I'm getting on with it and the features and stuff. Watch it, and at the end I shall do a review of where we're at the moment.
Right, what have we got here then, boys? Let's have a little look. Got a little tab on there. Oh, pull that down. That's rubbish. Open this up. Let's have a little look. Ordered this ages ago and then cancelled it, and then got a Microsoft band, and then that wasn't that great. So I took that back and got a refund. Excellent. Seems to be a watch. And in that box, let's throw that box in there. Don't need that. We got a box here. Okay. In a minute, when I've actually opened it. Alright, I think I've got it.
It's good, isn't it?
There we are. Right, let's open that up. That's some more rubbish. And then in here, can you see it?
Yeah.
On the tape. What's happening here then? What's this?
Watch.
Wow.
Another box.
Another box. It's like, guess what? Guess what? Alright, hold on. Hey, what are you pointing at?
Yeah,
You look like you're pointing at the floor.
Guess what?
Maybe story, yeah. Right, there we go. Right, that's more rubbish. Throw that away. And then we got. Oh, there we go. So, can you see it? All your fingers in the way. Look like they're all in the way. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then, don't be silly, Jacob. That's silly, isn't it? And then we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, instructions on how to put a watch on. It's probably is quite difficult. So I joke, but it's probably quite difficult. So that comes off, and then there's the watch there. There's the watch.
What is it telling you how to put a watch?
Tells you how to put a watch on. Yeah. So yeah, so you choose a size, I suppose. So about there looks about right. Or about, what do you reckon? There? Ow. And then that goes on there, let's see, like that. So that's a bit tight though, isn't it? For me. So let's take it off and put it there. That's better. There you go, there's my watch. What do you reckon?
Good. Cool.
Oh, it's turning on.
Did you turn it on, Daddy?
Don't need to zoom in, mate. Zoom back out if you're over zoomed in.
Did you just turn it
I've turned it on, yeah. Takes a long time to boot up, doesn't it? Well, wipers keep going off, it's not even raining. Yeah, there we go. So it's got the Apple logo on it. And that's it. There you go. It hasn't even got a watch. It's just got a picture of the Apple logo.
Yes. Why is it called an Apple logo?
Apple, because it's a picture of an apple when it's a logo.
Let's see.
Right, I'll leave that to do its thing. I don't know what it's doing, but it hasn't done anything at all. The watch that I'm talking about?
The box.
Not to keep, no, you can look at it. Right, let's have a look. Way up. What have we got here then? So, I've got a charger block, USB. And it's still displaying an Apple logo. Not sure what that's all about. And we've got a cable. See if we can do that. So it's still displaying an Apple logo. Oh, now it's switched off. Now it's switched back on again. Now it's switched off. Oh, and there we go. So we say English UK.
What's the time?
Set language to English UK on Apple Watch. Yes. Setting language. Wow. It's not the quickest thing in the world, is it? Does seem to be taking quite some time just to turn on and set language. Aha, open the Apple Watch on your iPhone and tap start pairing. Right, so I need to turn off the video now and do that.
Okay, one of my experiences with this watch is pretty serious, pretty awful, which I shall demonstrate now. I'm in an area which has got a very, very good data signal, mobile data signal. Hey Siri, where is the nearest cash point machine? Question mark. And it just turns off. When you turn it back on again, it's still doing the same thing. If I try and add to that, so hello, 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 hi Siri, and then it sort of does that. Then it does that for ages, and eventually it just errors out. It says that the iPhone North watch can connect to Siri at the moment, or something along those lines. I've been trying for 40 minutes, by the way. Just speaking to it as I'm driving. And it's a complete waste of time. And I've actually come to the shops now, so I'm pretty sure there must be a cash point machine along here somewhere. And there we go. No Siri connection. Neither Apple Watch nor iPhone can access Siri. The woes. It's kind of, you'd think it'd be really useful. You're driving along, you do that, you say, hi Siri, or hey Siri, and you just ask it a question and off it goes and it tells you where it is. But that is just not the case. Okay, there she is, the watch. I've had it now for getting on for 2 months. As you can see, dirt collects here. This strap tends to, the sports strap tends to attract dirt. That's one thing I've noticed. But more of a serious problem, that the button here has actually stopped working. It's not completely true, but it's extremely stiff. And I've sort of managed to make it work better by pulling it back out. It's not being sat on, nothing like that. It basically goes up on my bedside table at night time, and it goes on my wrist for the whole day. So I'm not sure why that is. It only happened today. It's clicking again now. It lost the click. Not sure if you can hear that. You can actually see it moving and clicking now. It wasn't doing that before. What I've done is got my fingernail underneath it and sort of pulled it up as best I can. Don't know, but obviously I'll do a separate video and report back if that continues to be a problem. Okay, right, so the Apple Watch, you've seen all the bits. I've got that slight problem, it's just cropped up. But otherwise, it has worked very, very well. I'm finding battery life is lasting 2 days. When I put it on charge at night, it usually says 50%, and it lasts 2 days. The strap fitting, the very, very top part there, it's got a little bit of movement in it now, see that? So that's not great. Doesn't feel like quality, but yeah, so I'm getting a movement there. Even if I detach it, which is really, really easily, just push the, if I can actually show you that, you push that part in there and you can just slide it off basically like that. I've detached it, put it back on, but I still get the same wobble, which is started to develop. Don't know if they get worse or that it'll stay the same, but it's both sides as well, so that's quite wobbly. Nowhere near as this part here, which is actually quite significant. Now, general use, is it worth the money? I would have said not really, no. It's worth the money in terms of a premium product, the way it's built, its construction, apart from that issue now with this. But I would have said it is worth it. From that point of view, is it worth it? Point of view as an add-on to your gadgets. I think with the new iOS coming out for it, I think it'll be a lot better. I'm using it, what am I primarily using it for? Basically, I I run 2 businesses, so I get my PayPal notifications of payments coming through. That works really, really well. You can flick it up, have a look, and look away again, and it tells you what you've sold on eBay. It'll tell you mostly any of your push notifications will display on your wrist, so that is great from that point of view. Taking calls has actually been more useful than I thought it would have been. A simple press of the button. If my phone's on my desk and I've walked away, but it's still within Bluetooth range, that's been really, really useful. So that part of it. As a watch, it's been useful. I've never worn a watch, so I'm actually now finding myself going, what's time? There it is. I do get occasionally when you tilt your wrist back and nothing happens. It does now. I probably won't be able to show it, but if you're doing something and it beeps, you go like that, and then nothing shows up. And you're like, and you have to go like that, and sometimes you do that and that again, make a real conscious, which is a bit annoying. But I would have said 9 times out of 10 it works brilliantly. I find myself looking at it quite a lot. It hasn't taken over my life or anything like some people are saying it's going to. It's going to be constantly beeping and constantly have to do something with it. I'm not doing that. I've got a calculator on it, which is good. It's a calculator app. I found that quite useful. It doesn't come as standard, but you can then just download it. It's free. You install it on your iPhone and then it runs back. Lots of ums in this one. Just trying to think now what other things I've actually used, because that's probably the most useful thing. I've used none of the sports features. The calorie count, it's of interest, but I don't use it. Stand up's quite nice when it warns you to stand up. Photos, never use that. The big letdown for me with the camera functionality is that when you press camera, it doesn't allow you to start a video, which is a real shame. So you can only take photos with it. Very often as well, it fights with the iPhone, depending. So if you've just done a video on the iPhone and then you go and try and take a photo with this later on, it tries to turn the camera on and then it displays in video mode, not supported, and it flashes back and forth, camera on, camera off, and it flicks sometimes for about 30 seconds, fighting back and forth with modes. And eventually it forces the iPhone into camera mode and then you can take a photo. But it does take its time sometimes. Remote. I thought I'd be able to control my Apple TV. I haven't worked out how to do that yet. I don't really understand. You go to it and it says add device. I'm not really sure. You click add device and then it says to add an iTunes library, open your iTunes on your computer and choose the remote icon from the tab bar. I'm gonna do that now. I'll just see. No. To add an iTunes library, open iTunes on your computer and choose the remote icon from the tab bar. There we go, remote. And then you enter the digits that are displayed on the... There we go. Your remote is now able to control iTunes. Okay. Ian's library. I would like to be able to add the Apple TV. Don't know, maybe I'll work that out one day. Yeah. It sits comfortably on the wrist. It does fulfill a purpose, I suppose. If your phone isn't on you, but it's within range, that's when it really kicks in and it saves you running to go and get your phone to have a look what it was. If you're waiting for something, that's really, really helpful. But aside from that, emails, a lot of my order confirmation emails don't show up because they don't display correctly. So if you really, really want to know what it says, so through my websites, it just doesn't display them properly. Let me have a look. So there we go. I've got an order and it just gives you the order number as a subject title, but it says the full version of the message isn't available on Apple Watch, but you can read it on your iPhone. That's kind of pointless. So I don't know what they've ordered, and that scroll button's working now, but I don't know what they've ordered, how much it was for or anything, unless they pay with PayPal and it comes through at the same time. So that's a shame. I'm hoping that'll be updated as well. But that's where I am. I've got no scratches at all. It's been pretty strong. I have got a scratch, which is there. Can you see that? If it would let you know. It's not going to do it, is it? Nope. You can kind of see it. It's there. It's not going to focus unless I can force it to focus. Nope. Hello. No, can't force it to focus. So that's a bit of a shame. But there's a scratch on there anyway, as you can probably see. So all in all, if you don't need one, don't get one. If you fancy the idea of one, it is actually pretty useful if you get a lot of notifications in the day. If you don't get notifications in the day, I have no idea why you'd want one of these. one of the problems I got with it is the heart rate monitor. So if you say I want to read my heart rate, it displays it and then the screen turns off. So it displays it for a little bit, and the next thing you know is that it's turned off. So you can't monitor it for long periods. So if you want to monitor your heart rate for a minute, you can't do that unless someone knows. I'm no expert at this. So if I go across your heart rate, so then it reads your heart rate, which I wonder if you can see that. It's actually a green, it's not really showing up, is it? There you go, green light underneath it reads your heart rate. So it measures it, and it will measure it in it's going to be a long video. This is how long it takes. So it measures it. It's at 80. Seems quite high. Right, so if I just hold that there, so then it will display it for a certain period of time, and you're trying to monitor it, and then it'll just switch off. So the screen goes off, and the only way really of doing that is to keep tapping the watch screen. But then of course you're moving, so now it's gone off. You're thinking, what is it? And you tap it, and it then goes to read it again. So it measures it again. You have to wait the same amount of time again to measure it again. And it's exactly the same. So if you go to, you want to use a stopwatch feature. So the stopwatch app, which is there, let's open that up. So you want to go, so you say go, I want to use a stopwatch, off it goes, and I'll demonstrate that. So you're trying to watch someone run around a track, and it just switches off. It's like, what's the point? And the only way to do it is to keep tapping the screen at intervals before it shuts off. So it only sits on for a certain period of time. And I'm not sure if that's something they're going to address in the update, but you know, that's pointless. 18 seconds you've got, and you sort of tap it again, and it turns off again, you tap it again. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think that was very good, but that's my criticisms of it. Maybe you can adjust it, I don't know. So comment below if you can, let me know what you think, and I hope this was of some use to you, this video. There's no real definite answer, is there? And this was the trouble when before they launched it, and when it launched, people were saying, what's the point? And some people saying it's a brilliant idea, and you know, you run around in circles trying to work out whether you actually need one, and the answer is no, you don't need one. A lot of notifications, if you're getting them constantly throughout the day, and they are actual interest to you and important, not just game notifications, things like that, unless that's important to you, then it's good. It is good. It notifies you. I know you don't have to have the phone on you. The phone can be in the living room, and you can just go, oh yeah, and you know exactly what is going on instantly, which is really, really useful. Charge time, good, lasts 2 days for me, and it's connected all day. Have I seen a loss in battery of my phone? No, not at all. Well, I would have said actually, the fact that it's connected with Bluetooth, you seem to gain a little bit on the phone because the screen's not constantly on. You're actually taking battery away from this, looking at a screen, rather than getting the phone, open it up, and viewing stuff. So, interesting. But yeah, hope it's helpful. Please like and subscribe to this video. Whole series of gadget stuff, that's kind of what I do. So, do that. Subscribe and like. Cheers, guys. Bye.